At this time, the extremely wicked ruler Ahab,
Did you hear what it said? Extremely wicked. But listen to what he's finna say. Go ahead.
who did evil in the sight of the Lord above all that were before him, and his ruthless Zidonian spouse Jezebel began their terrifying rule over the northern kingdom.
And his ruthless. Did you hear what that said? Ruthless. You have to be careful. Ruthless. Zidonian spouse. Jezebel. Ruthless. We get to the place where we'll do. Read.
This wicked pair was responsible for leading God's people deeper still into unfathomable apostasy.
See, leaders, like she was saying, can lead you into some stuff. They were leaders. They were leaders, but they were wicked. You got to be under the right man. What we got now? Ruthless leaders. And they're leading the people into some stuff. Read.
In response to the deeds of this evil couple, God raised up a prophet, Elijah the Tishbite. Over the course of several years, Elijah served as God's instrument and voice by performing miracles and speaking divine oracles directed to the king, the queen, and the people. The time had arrived for the people to choose conclusively between God and Baal.
It's time for you to make a choice. It's time to make a choice. Leave the world alone completely. Serve God. Come on, read. We'll see.
At a critical juncture in Israel's history and in one of the most spectacular showdowns between truth and falsehood recorded in the Bible, Elijah revealed before the people his unswerving loyalty and raw faith in the true God of Israel. Through his confidence in God, Elijah challenged paganism, idolatry, and unbelief and emerged victorious. He laid it all on the line, and God came through for him. God appeared at just the right moment in a blazing demonstration of his power, removing any doubt about who the true God really was. Seeing the revelation of God's majesty, the people were persuaded that the Lord, not Baal, was the real God.
Elijah stood up. It's going to take, you're going to have to stand up for this thing. You got to stand up. You got to realize, just say, I've been wrong. We all have. I see some places where I've fallen. I'm not going to get mad about it. I've fallen. I'm coming up. You see this. And the people, they didn't even know who God was anymore. You get to following this stuff, you get confused yourself. You'll come in here and get a spirit with us. You will. You get to mess around with this stuff too much, and you come in, then you get an attitude toward us. You get a spirit with us. You do. Realize what's happening to you. Realize it. Realize what's happening to you. Then you get mad at the real thing. You done got mixed up. You got too many toys. Okay. Israel halt between two opinions. Come on, read.
Attempting to rid Israel of the negative policies of Ahab and Jezebel.
We got to rid House of Prayer of some things, and we are. You got to be rid of some things. It's just, read, listen.
The prophet Elijah launched a fearless reform campaign aimed at stamping out idolatry. During a severe drought and famine initiated by Elijah's word, God directed Elijah to confront the reprobate monarch Ahab.
Now, God arranged this. And it says, to arrange a rendezvous between the prophet and the king, he had tried for some time. The frustrated Ahab had been unsuccessfully attempting to catch the elusive Elijah. He couldn't catch him, though. He had been trying to catch him. He couldn't do it. Who often whisked away by the Spirit. When Ahab get there, Elijah was already gone. Because God had warned him. God had warned him. But the meeting had to come. Start the third paragraph and read. That trouble is when he said, no, it's not me. It's you that trouble. That's troubling Israel. And see, sometimes we say the devil troubling house of prayer. Sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's us. We got to check ourselves. We can get the wrong spirit, and it's easy. And you can, and you'll come in here and look upside our heads like, and see, I know when it's happening. I can tell by the way you look at me. I know when it's happening. You can tell. You'll get confused. Because it look like we down everything. We tell you the truth about everything. And it hits us too. It hit us. All of us watch some kind of sports. Don't y'all? There's one you like, but I don't like. No sports on. Sports don't bother. But yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, start the second paragraph and read.
The meeting turned out to be a lively and unforgettable occasion, like David and Goliath, who had exchanged heated rhetoric before their deadly engagement. The king and the prophet hurled insults at each other. Ahab accused Elijah of being the one who troubled Israel. Elijah quickly denied that he was the culprit and instead shifted the blame to Ahab.
Okay.
Because Ahab had disobeyed God's commandments and was following after Balaam, Ahab and his father's house were the ones guilty of troubling Israel.
When you forsake God's commandments, and start doing other things, when we start playing with that world, we get too close to that world, you are the one that's troubling it. We are the one that troubled the service in here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to put it where it goes. When I get through with you, I'm going to ask you, how do you like me now? We make little comments. You better know you're being troubled by a spirit. I'm going to tell you. You got looks on you, you're troubled by a spirit. And I know what that spirit is. We have to be careful. You have to be careful. You're the one that's troubling it. Right. Like it said, when you go away from God, you're the one that's troubling it. Okay. Let's get back to our little babies. When they first got the Holy Ghost, claimed it, and they were shouting and praising God beautifully. Every service, beautifully. Beautifully. What happened? What happened? Let me leave the babies. Let me go here to y'all. When you first got, y'all used to do more. Who stopped you? Who stopped you? Who cooled you down? Dabbing too much. It'll cool you down. And you'll get mad. Oh, that's all they do. They say, why we don't, they stay on us, why we won't see? Realize you're troubled by a spirit. You're halt between two opinions. I want to mess with this just a little bit. Realize you're torn between two opinions. That's what's wrong with you.